Well, it's top of the morning. It's top of the morning, you heard me? Listen, turn me up if you burnt up, you heard me? You listening? Turn me up if you burnt up because this is the type of morning we on, you heard me? Listen, this is the type of morning we on, and I need you to see it how God needs you to see it, you heard me? Yeah, listen, bruh. I know it's been rough. I know tough times don't last, but tough people do. I know the devil is trying to attack y'all. And me too, like trying to make people lose faith, but you wasting your time with me. I'm telling you, I know God real. I know he don't sleep. I know he'll come through. I know he would do anything. Cause he told me that in his word. You heard me? So you gotta know that. You heard me? Like he told me, like John 14, chapter 14, verse. He said, you ask anything in my name, I'ma do it. You heard me? And you gotta know he don't sleep. He hear everything, see everything, and he know everything. You heard me? You gotta know this, you heard me? And heaven helps those who help themselves. That's why he told you, God bless the child that hold his own, you heard me? Yeah, he said, God bless the child that hold his own, you heard me? Guess what? And he see what you going through. You heard me? This the morning here, like, I ain't lying, I don't care how it's looking, bro. I know it's been rough. People done got wicked out here. It's crazy. But I'm gonna tell you, God is still God, man. He's still a God, like he still love you. You heard me? He just can't bless you because he can't trust you because people get to their lords and they turn into savages. They don't turn to God no more. They don't turn to him, you heard me? They don't go to run to God. They all right, you heard me? Now you done turn to a straight savage out here. You heard me? Moving bad, now your luck done got worse. You heard me? Because of what you putting in the universe, you done got grimy. Somebody hurt you, now you out here hurting people. You heard me? And it be so sad because the people who be living like that, when it happen to them, when their worst nightmare come through, they go to cry. Why? Because you know how you living. Stop playing out here like you're not grimy in the dope and acting like you're a good person because you ride in a good car or you clean. You heard me? Let's stop playing games like that because God said, you a wolf in sheep clothing. See, I expose them. Like, see me? Like me, I'm going to let you do that for a little while. And then I'm going to come out on you. You heard me? Because I'm sick of them. You heard me? And if I'm sick of them, I know God's sick of them. But he sent Jesus here to heal the sick. But I ain't Jesus. All I can do is give you a teaching. You heard me? And guess what? Guess what? You probably don't like the vessel that is coming out. So you ain't going to listen. You heard me? But you better wake up, and I'm talking about quick. Because warning come before destruction. You heard me? Yeah, I ain't here for you to like, but God using me for to talk to you. You heard me? I'm just a vessel to use. You heard me? Yeah, and it's like that this morning because a lot of people, bro, you heard me? Like, they ways, bro. You heard me? They own ways gonna get them out the way. Yeah, they be killing themselves. That's what, listen, this what he's meaning. He said this in the word. He said, there's a way that seemeth right to a man, but in the end it's the ways of death. There's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but in the end it's the ways of death. You heard me? Man, everybody, you going about that the wrong way. You gonna kill yourself. And meaning it's the ways of death, meaning you farther away from God. You heard me? But that seem right to you, right? But you gonna kill yourself. Your own way is gonna get you out the way. You heard me? They got so many people out here don't believe in karma. If you don't believe in karma, you don't believe in God. You don't believe nature gonna take its course. You gonna reap what you sow, man. Watch how you living. I'm talking about today. Catch yourself, you heard me? Like a lot of people, bro, like damn, they can't believe how I grew up. They tripping like this dude grown for real. Now how he was like, because I learned to take my lick. I looked at myself. That's what I did. Man, you wrong. If you can't do that, if you can't never do that, you will never be a man or the woman God wants you to be. When you can acknowledge you wrong, you heard me? And you could learn from that, that's when you a man. That's when you a woman. Until then, you heard me? You got people around you okay in that. You heard me? That's why you think I love my son to death. Ask him, do I tell him every time he do something wrong or stupid? Man, I don't go like that, man. You heard? Man, that's what a lot of people. Y'all got some real disrespectful children as adults. Cause you know you kept it. You didn't stay on them. You thought being disrespectful was cool. You laughed it off like you gotta let your children know. Train up a child when he's young, when he get older, he'll never depart from his ways. You can't okay your child with that foolishness, man. They come up now, they disrespectful adults, not a system raising them. Man, why my child got 15 years? Why my child got 20 years? Cause you let them wild out when they were young. You ain't tell them about themselves. You ain't let them know, look, that's phony right there what you did. Yeah, you down bad, bro. You heard me? That dude, you went laid up there and got to tell with that dude because that girl liked him. You phony for that. I'm going to tell my son that. Yeah, I'm going to tell my son that. Oh, you want everything to yourself. You heard me, son? You can't do that, you heard me? You got to shut a wealth. You heard me? Boy, they got people out here, and it's so sad the times we living in now. I'm going to tell you how sad it is. You heard me in my heart. But it's sad that you could even attempt to play with somebody like me like that. How would you think somebody owe you something you ain't never been there for them? You ain't never, ever kept it real with them. You looked it down on me because you thought you were better than me. Because I was in the streets and you was committing white-collar crimes. But you thought you were better than me, you heard me? But I always had a heart of gold. You kept it real to get something from people. You wanted people to love you for that. I just did it because that's what I did. You heard me? And I still do it. I ain't stopped being good. I'm just good to new people. Yeah, because the people I used to be good to, they didn't appreciate that. They took it for granted. So I don't gonna do you what you do me. I'm gonna move around, man. You know what you were doing before you did it. People grown out here, you heard me? They taking chances now. They trying you. You heard me? And you know what come with taking chances. That's like the street. You might go to jail. You might win, but you might go to jail. So why? I've been stopped gambling with my life. I love my children. Yeah, I don't even do that no more. You heard me? That's over with. Don't come play on me. If you ain't grown, you gonna get around me. If you try to make me do you something, I'm gonna get around you. Cause I gotta think for me and you. You so stupid, you done ran your blessing off. Yeah, cause you don't never know what God gonna do. You heard me? Through me. You don't know what type of wisdom he had to give me to give to you, but you done ran me off because you got that much envy, jealousy, hatred, animosity, witchcraft in you. And I'm going to tell you again, witchcraft don't work against Godcraft. But what I'm getting at, you heard me this morning, is this here, you heard me? Man, be mindful. Be mindful this morning, you heard me, of them seeds that you sowing. In those deeds that you doing, you heard me? Because you going to reap what you sow, you heard me? You going to reap what you sow, you heard me? And you got to know this, like, man, God don't sleep, bro. He real, bro. Like, I just want everybody to know, bro. Like, don't give up out here today, you heard me? Bro, God will come out of nowhere, and I'm telling you, when he move, you going to know this God, because they cannot stop God. That's why I pray, you heard me? I'm going to holler who in charge every morning, you heard me? In charge of the angels, in charge of the earth, and people that dwell in it, you heard me? So everything that happened meant to happen, you heard me? But just know, you heard me? Like, man, listen, bro, the way God gonna do it, you will never know. But see, when they come out of nowhere, that's when you know it's God. You heard me? So be mindful of that, you heard me? Like, how you living, you heard me? Because if you want your blessing, you heard me? Man, you got to be real with that, you heard me? Man, you got to be real with that, you heard me? No matter how they view you, long as you know you real with God, you heard me? You ain't faking, you heard me? Bruh, he got you, you heard me? Don't even worry about what they talking about. The words of discouragement, or, you know, the mental game. Like, I done return everything they did me back to the sender. Boys, I know that. Listen. If I don't know nothing else, God didn't show them, bro. Don't play with Jonah. I'm using him. That's my vessel. Do not play with him. And if you try him again, next time you ain't going to make it out of that. You heard me? He don't play about me because I don't play with him. You heard me? And I ain't out here trying to do nobody nothing. But, you know, they got people, they stupid now. So, it's like this, you heard me? Watch how you living, you heard me? And keep your faith, man. God will come through at the last minute. You heard me? Don't never give up, you heard me? Stay up, stay focused, you heard me? I love all y'all.